everybody, it's the 13th Wolfman. You know what today is? Today is day 25 of the 31 days of horror. Yeah, 31 movies, 31 days. We talked about them all. Everyone's doing this. Brother Max, Double Shot J, Brute Mood 616, Carly, Jennifer Toshi, Professor Macabro, who else? Chill Pilgrim, Random Horror, Retro Horror, Echo, and I know I'm forgetting someone. Tony has 9 fingers. How could I forget Tony? Tony has 9 fingers is doing it over on TikTok, and Chill Pilgrim is doing it over on Letterboxd. Now, I've been doing 6 days of Barbara Steele movies. And I saved this one for last because this is the more modern one. And I'd never seen this movie. I thought, what the hell, let's see what it's like. I was surprised. I was very, very surprised at what this movie was. So, the movie's called Minutes Past Midnight. And it's an anthology movie. So, you don't... Well, Barbara Steele's in it, but she's only in one segment. And it's all a bunch of short stories. And some of them are really, really good. You know, like Never Tear Us Apart and Awake. And what's it? The one that she's in is called The Mill at Clifford Fall, I think is what, something like that. It's got a really weird title. Awake. What else is there? There's a few others. I mean, there's a lot of good ones, but a lot of them kind of end really. I mean, they're going for that weird horror twist, and sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. But the one that Barbara Steele's in, it's all puppets. Everybody else made a live movie with actors. This was all done with puppets, and it was done in such a way that, you know, you're not seeing string. It's not marionette puppetry, you know, like those British shows, you know, super marionettes from like the 60s, you know, like Stingray and stuff like that, you know, where you're seeing the wires or whatnot. It's not like that. These puppets are controlled. There's at least one scene where you can kind of see the person controlling the puppet, but he's controlling from these handles from behind. At first I thought it was CG. I'm like, the face just looks real. They showed this one person, and it was what do they call that? You know, it was a narration. Thank you. Man, I'm off today. He was narrating as his character was walking, you know, and so you didn't see his mouth moving. I'm like, oh, okay, well that's cool, you know. Then they showed the face. I'm like, the face is kind of CGI-ish, you know. It kind of looks like it's in that realm. And then I'm looking at it. I'm going, there's no way. He's driving this little. He was driving a car, and the car looked a little off, and it's, you know, it takes place like in the 1920s or whatever. But the scale looked off. I'm like, it says Ford on the grill. You know, it's supposed to be like a 1920s Ford. You know, and I'm like, it just looks a little, you know. I didn't realize it was all puppets. And Barbara Steele shows up later in the film, and you only get her voice. So you don't get to see her, but she's there. And you can tell you could definitely tell it's her. This was a really, I mean, there's a lot of cool shorts. There's one about a rock star, or a fading rock star that wants to write music again and be great again. So he moves into this apartment that and when he moves in there, the apartment requires, you know, some feeding, to put it mildly. And every time he feeds the apartment, he gets inspired. That's a really cool one. There's one about what happened with these kids, these two guys when they were kids. That's the last story. That's kind of cool. The Never Tear Us Apart one, it's very short. We're talking 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes at the most. You know? And I really thought that the very first one was going to be kind of a wraparound, where they come back to it, but it didn't happen. That one was good. Crazy About You is another good one. So there's a lot of good ones. It's just sometimes the ending doesn't work that they put in there. It almost feels like they tried too hard to make a twist ending, and they just, I mean, twist endings are supposed to be good when the twist is surprising, but sometimes you see it coming from a mile away, you know, and you kind of going, oh, I know what's going to happen. And then it happens, like, yeah, sure. So it's a good movie. I definitely say check it out. I mean, maybe I saw, maybe you'll see something better in all the other ones that I didn't really, I mean, I don't know. I liked it. I liked the fact that Barbara Steele was in it. Unfortunately, she's only in it for one segment. But if you want to watch that one segment with the puppets, dude, put this on and watch that one. That one's amazing. It's amazing what they did. But everything else, I mean, watch the rest of the movie too. There's no wraparound, so nothing is interconnected. You know, it's not like the Crypt Keeper's going, and the next story is, you know, nothing like that. So yeah, I would definitely give this 2 3/4 chainsaws out of 4. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I really did, and I really like certain segments more than others. But definitely check it out. Always like, always subscribe, always share, and of course, comment so my friend and I can see what you have to say. I always like to know. I know. He always likes to know. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl. Oh!